Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jessica.
Today, we're here to talk about today. Today is Thursday, May 7th, and if you were not already aware, it is the National Day of Prayer here in the United States.
Yes, as it is my episode day, I get to talk about one of the few times we've talked about a completely not Catholic secular holiday.
Okay. Do you want more, or do you think there should be fewer?
I don't know. I'm just, it has prayer in it. So you're like, ooh, did the bishops declare this? No.
No. Okay.
No. This was declared by Congress.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No. The first Thursday of May has been the National Day of Prayer since 1952.
All right.
However, it's only been this date since 1952. Numerous other times throughout history, we've had a similar day.
Okay, so what you're saying is that while the Congress enacted that the first Thursday in May would be the National Day of Prayer in 1952, they were actually just deciding on what day it would be from then on.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's listed as being a day of prayer and or meditation, as you know. That way it's not favoring one religion as, the
Because they
Constitution
can't.
says it can't.
Yeah.
The first one was in 1775 when the Continental Congress called one.
All the way back then?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then during the time of Washington being in charge, he had one in 1795 that he called.
Okay. Just that 1 year, or?
I don't know if he did it just for 1 year or if it's just, it was,
That's when
repeating.
he started. Okay.
It was actually during the time of Adams that we got kind of where it got put on the calendar for the most part, because he had in 1798 May 9th as a day of solemn
humility, fasting, and prayer. So on that day, rather than it being a floating holiday as it is right now, where it's always on a certain day of a month, but not a particular date.
Yes, he did it by date.
He did it by date, okay.
And then during the Civil War, Lincoln made April 30th the date.
Okay. So again, they've been hovering right around this spot anyways.
For the most part.
For the most part. So, given that it is the National Day of Prayer, I agree. It's not, given that we are a Catholic YouTube channel, it'd be so much cooler if we had a Catholic holiday to go and tell everybody about. But, nonetheless, this is a holiday that has been declared, that is, declared for, available for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I feel it does a good thing because it puts prayer in the on people's calendars who might not have actually gone and considered it in the first place.
Yes, and they have a group that comes up with a theme each year in a national prayer.
Okay. So sort of like the Pope's prayer intentions that we do every month.
Yes. So this year's theme is spreading God's glory around the earth.
Okay.
And they have a very long prayer that, as you read, you can tell that it is clearly from a certain subset of evangelical Protestants who wrote this prayer.
It's fair.
And it's a very long, wordy one. If it was a short one, I'd read it. But it's 3 paragraphs long. Remember, oh God, in this Bible passage you said that, and so forth.
And given the religious history of our country, that doesn't surprise me at all. No. So, aside from this really long, lengthy prayer that folks can find if they go look on the internet, I presume we'll put a link to it in our show notes.
Yeah, you just literally look for
just Google National Day of Prayer. Are there any other things that you might recommend people to do on this day other than, pray more?
Well, they did have some general suggestions on it that kind of works no matter, what religious background you're coming from, of pray for certain, people, go through and pray for all your local government officials, or, the governors, or, even if you don't like a particular person, well, you probably should pray more for them because you think they clearly need more help.
That's fair. And considering that we are currently living in a time of pandemic, perhaps pray for the victims, or for any family members that you may have that you are currently separated from. Yeah, I could see that. I could also see, maybe making a point to take some time to do maybe a slightly more involved prayer. If not the one that was clearly worked out by some preacher who was chosen by I don't know, government official X. Or
some committee or something.
Or whatever. Maybe go and take time to do the Divine Mercy or a Rosary. But however you spend it, try and take advantage of this day of prayer by taking at least a portion of your day and focusing it on praying. Pray for people that you think need it. Pray for people that you think need it, but you don't really want to. Realistically, everybody you can think of needs prayer. So just, start throwing in names.
Maybe after tomorrow's episode, you'll pray for certain people to have more patience.
Maybe you'll pray for certain people to be more patient. Or at least, after the episode a couple days ago, pray for them to be less wrathful. Go down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you get notified tomorrow when our next episode comes out. Because it's VEASTER. Hit the like button because, I don't know, there's got to be a good reason for you to hit the like button. Or there's got to be a good reason for you not to hit the like button. You decide.
Comment below if you've ever been to a Good Friday service where they pray for people, starting with those who are, closest to being Catholics and ending up in politicians, and how funny that is. They rate lower than atheists.
I don't think it's a ranking.
No. You start out with, the church, then other Christians, then the Jews, and at the end we end up with politicians. It's clearly going farther and farther away.
So make sure you pray for your politicians, because clearly they're godless heathens. But yeah, go down below, share a comment, share a prayer, share maybe a prayer intention. Maybe you got somebody you'd like to have us or somebody else in our community of viewers to pray for. We'd be happy to do it. If you put somebody's name down there, I guarantee they will get prayed for. And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
And share that love.
It does. It goes.
If
we find space aliens, they're getting ahead of politicians on the line.